Yo, what up? It's PAWZ motherfucking One. I'm an MC from Los Angeles. I got my name from graffiti, so let's get that out the way.
Oh, they put their fucking hands in the air, all the way in the fucking air. How we keep them up high. Gotta get it.
I got into hip hop just growing up in it as a kid, seeing breakdancers, seeing people write on walls. I just always loved the music. You know, I would write poetry, I'd write short stories. I just loved to write, I loved to read. Freestyling, we would drink, we would smoke, and just, you know, the homies I used to paint with. I was like, you know what, I kind of like this. I want to write songs. The writing process, I mean, that shit always varies because, like, I could be doing something and hear a verse from somebody or scrolling on Instagram or whatever and jot down words or get an idea. I try to approach it different ways because I feel like if you do it too systematically and all that, it just gets real fucking boring. The Pick Your Poison album, that was done with a Swiss producer. His name's VR. Shout out to VR. We had a ton of talented people play on there. We had fun making the whole thing. After that, I wanted to go back because I had songs that I wrote that I liked when I was in kind of the mixtape phase, I guess you would call it. Nobody would really give me beats, so I'd go on the internet and steal beats. So I'd rap over like Alchemist, Dilated Peoples, and I would just write a completely original song to their shit. I wanted to do those songs justice and kind of go back and give them original beats and approach them a little different. So I teamed up with John Henry. Shout out to him, and he kind of produced everything from scratch. The lyrics were already there. I wanted to go back and kind of like remake the film and just give it, you know, a different touch. I think with the West Coast it's pretty dope because all different cultures are represented. You know, you got the funk, the gangster, the G-funk side of it, and then you got the more fun-loving far side, Too Short, you know what I mean? I feel like hip-hop wouldn't be what it is flavor-wise without the West Coast. For 2018, it's the year of the dog, which is my sign, by the way. It's not a coincidence. For this year, I'm trying to tour the States and go back overseas to Europe. I want to go to Japan. That's definitely like super high on the list. My main focus has been is just music. I was doing a lot of touring. I would go back to certain places and these people already had everything I had, like all the albums that I was selling. And I was like, oh shit, I gotta cook up some more. I have a ton of stuff in the works. I'm working with different producers. Omega's one of them, real dope producer. Working with Landlord, Robin and Landlord. He's out of the Netherlands. Working with DJ Dister, based out of Berlin. And Default, who produced the majority of Face the Facts. But I think the next thing that's gonna come out is called Sell Me a Dream, Flowstalgia. And that's with Robin and Landlord. I called it Sell Me a Dream because at times you have to stop and be like, is this real? Like, you know, and everybody's trying to hustle you and kind of push you in this direction or that direction. If you don't figure out what kind of dream you want to build, somebody's gonna hire you to build theirs. So you gotta be careful. Check yourself every now and then, you know? I think the shit that inspires me is a variety, an amalgamation of different shit. I put a lot of it on the cover of my first album, Face the Facts. You got comedians, you got athletes, civil rights leaders, you know, MCs, musicians. I feel like if all you have is hip hop in your playlist, that's kind of sad. What's up with the jazz and the funk? I don't know, it's kind of boring. You're watching the same movie every day.
From Mount Olympus.
The motivation has always been my son and my sister. They obviously know where I come from, and showing them that you can start from negative 17 and make it to, you know, 88 or whatever. It's not quite 100, but people don't realize like you passed 100 because you started in the minus. The easiest way to find me is at PAWZ and the number 1. That's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Basically just search that. The website is PAWZOnemusic.com. I got a ton of free shit. You know what I mean? It's not just about the money. Go get you some free music.
Underdog from the streets, they train me to beat odds. Sounded so sweet, I'm running through weak squads. Thunderbolts from the heavens like one of the Greek gods.
This is PAWZ One, and you know what you're watching. It's ground sounds, baby. Bass.
Cause I'ma take it straight to the street. Get yours, I'ma get mine.